Hey everyone, this is another video in our Shopify upgrade series where we recreate features of successful e-commerce brands. And today we're looking at a really popular feature that some of the largest brands use, and that's the sticky add to cart. So for example, you can see here that Alo Yoga uses this feature to make it easier for their customers to quickly add the products to cart from anywhere on their product page. By adding this feature in, they can improve their conversion rates because it removes friction from the buying process, so scrolling up and scrolling down the page, by keeping the call to action ready to click. Now, the sticky add to cart unfortunately isn't a feature available by default from Shopify, so normally you need to install an app or hire a developer. But in this video, I'll show you how to add a sticky add to cart for free in just a few minutes. We'll start off first by giving you a tour of the final customization so you know what you're getting. We'll explain the settings available that come with it, and then we'll show you how you can add it to your store. And if you found this video or any of our other tutorials helpful, then please like and subscribe. By subscribing, each one of you can help us grow this channel, which means we can keep making these tutorials for you. But before we start, if you want a free personalized action plan to improve your conversions, or if you want to hire us for personalized help, then check out our website at theprompted.co. Links and details will be in the description. All right, let's take a look at the sticky add to cart. Okay, so we're on our demo store and you can see at the top here, we've got our sticky add to cart. I can scroll around and it'll just stay there the entire time. And this is actually version 2 of our sticky add to cart. So if you've watched the first one, thanks for watching and commenting. We took your comments and added additional settings and features based on them. And we've also made this compatible with version 15 of the free Shopify theme, so the latest version of Dawn, Refresh, and Sense. But if you haven't watched the previous video, don't worry. This is a standalone solution, so everything you need is right here. So let's take a look at what we get here. So you can have the sticky add to cart stay on the page the entire time. We've got these different product details, and we also have the option to select the variant. So if I change this to green, then we got the green image here, but we also change the selected variant on the page as well. Same thing with the size. We can change the different options directly here. So if we scroll off the page here, and then they decide, okay, I want to add this to cart, we don't have to scroll all the way back up and add the item to cart. It's actually we can change the variant as we need it right from here, and we can add to cart. And once you add to cart, then you've got your items in cart. We already have a bunch added from before, but that's our solution right now. So this is both for desktop and mobile. So if I go into this inspect mode, you can get a preview of the mobile version, and the mobile version looks a little bit different, right? It's in this case at the bottom here, but you still have the option to select the variant, right? But it stays sticky on the page the entire time. So that's the high-level overview of the sticky add to cart solution, but we actually have a bunch of settings now that we can change to customize your sticky add to cart. So let's hop into our theme editor. And if you can go to your default product, we can actually see what happens live. But you would go to this theme settings. And if you scroll down to the bottom, there's going to be this new menu here, sticky add to cart custom. Now, if your theme is not going to have this option available yet, so later in this video, I'll show you how you can add this in so that you can configure your sticky add to cart onto your store. But let's open this up, and we can see here that we've got a bunch of settings. So let's go through them. So this first one here is sort of like a master switch, the use sticky add to cart. So if we turn this off, then your entire store just will not use sticky add to cart. It'll just behave as it did previously. But because this video is on sticky add to cart, we're actually going to turn that on so that we can have this show up. So the next option here is this enable variant picker. So right now we can select the variants from the sticky add to cart. But if you don't want that to show up and you just want the options to be shown instead of being selected, then you can actually uncheck that and it'll just show the color and size that's selected, but you can't actually change it. You have to change it from the variant selector on the page. Okay, so next we have slide the add to cart into view. So right now it just stays at the top at all times, except when the menu shows up, the menu will cover it. So what we can do is you can actually check this box, and then the sticky add to cart won't show up right away. It only shows up once you scroll past the add to cart button. And once you scroll past it, then it'll show up. So this way, you just always have one add to cart button on the page, but you don't, if it's already on the page, maybe you don't want it to show up twice. So you can have it only show up once we've scrolled past it. And there we go. Next, we have some desktop settings and some mobile settings. So they're just device specific. So the desktop settings, let's keep this on. Okay, so for the desktop settings, you can select whether you want it to be sticky at the top or bottom. So if I select here, then it'll just go to the bottom of the page and it'll stay sticky down there. And then you have this offset. So if we're actually at the top and you want to have your menu to be sticky as well, right? In this case, it's not, but we can make our menu sticky by changing this to say always. Okay, so now you can see here our menu is sticky, but that means we're covering our sticky add to cart. So we actually have to set an offset to make sure that it comes into view. So let's maybe something like this. So there we have our menu that's sticky, and then our sticky add to cart that's sticky as well. And we have to kind of push it down with an offset so that we get in the right place. So if I kind of max it out, you can see here that we've pushed it all the way down 100 pixels. But let's bring that back and let's turn this one off and go back to this version. Okay. So what do we have next? Next, we have an image width percentage. Okay, so this is actually just to display the size of the image. So if we slide this up, we'll get a slightly larger image. And then if we slide it down, we'll get a slightly smaller one. And then the same thing goes with the mobile settings. So if we go into the mobile view, we have all the same settings. It's just the mobile view looks a little bit different. So these values are going to be a little bit different. All the settings up here and later on down here with the formatting will apply to both the desktop and mobile. It's just these three settings here for each that are device specific. So you can also do top and bottom, right? So by default, we have it at the bottom, but here you can put it at top. Again, you can also adjust the offset if you want. So right now it's kind of pushed away, but we don't have a sticky menu. So maybe it's better to just put it at 0 in this scenario. Personally, I like to keep it at the bottom for mobile. So we can just do that. And then here you can adjust the image size as well. So you can make it bigger or smaller. It's up to you. I like to keep it around 20. I think that looks pretty good. And then now we've got a bunch of formatting settings. So we can change the button background and text color. So right now it's black, but maybe you want it to be red. And then you can change the text to be, I don't know, blue and red. So there we go. Doesn't look so great, but the option's there. Maybe that's a little bit better. Okay, and then we've got the product title. So you can, right now it's bolded. You can make it italics or just regular. I like bold. You can change the size. Maybe you want to make it a little bit bigger. And then the price, similar options. You can make it bold the price there, make it more obvious. And then you can also change the size. So maybe this goes a little bit smaller, for example. And then the price font color, right? So right now it's highlighted in red, but we can make it blue or any other color that you like. So those are our options there. You got quite a few options to edit the format, right? So the different size, font sizes and colors. You can change the button colors. You can change the position of the sticky add to cart. You can change how the add to cart shows up, if it slides into view or if you want the variant picker available, so you can turn that on or off. All those options are available to you. So I think this is a really cool customization to add to your store. So if you like what you see here, then let's add it to your store now. All right, so we're in our Shopify admin in the themes area, and we've just installed a brand new version of Dawn. So this is Dawn version 15.0.2. It's the latest version as of recording. And I've done nothing except just rename it. So we're going to be editing this theme to add our sticky add to cart. Now, if you're working on your theme, you're probably going to want to duplicate your theme first, because if anything goes wrong with this customization, you can easily go back to the previous version without trying to figure out what has changed. So highly suggest you do that before you start. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to edit code, and we're going to edit some files, and we're going to create some files. So the first file we're going to edit is the settings schema.json file. Now, what this does is it changes the settings available in your theme editor. So I'm going to open up the theme editor, and if we go to our theme settings here, all these settings that you see here are defined in this file, this settings schema file. So for example, if we kind of go to, okay, we're in buttons right now. So you can actually search for buttons, and you can see here that all these buttons options are available. So for example, you've got your buttons border thickness as the first one, and that's right here. Buttons border thickness is right there. So all of these are defined: opacity, corner radius, right? So you got opacity, corner radius. So that's what this file does. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right to the bottom, and you're going to see here that this is cart settings. So that's these settings right here. They're the cart. And you can kind of select this curly bracket here. You're going to see it's paired curly bracket at the very end there. So we're just going to add a comma after it, a little bit of space, and we're going to copy and paste our settings right into here and save. And so what we've just done there is we've added a new menu. And so once I refresh, you're going to see a new menu underneath cart. And there you go, sticky add to cart custom. So these are our new settings. Those are the settings that we were just talking about earlier with the tour that I was giving. And these settings aren't going to do anything just yet, so we can check these or uncheck these, but we have to add additional code to actually make these settings do something. So that's what we're going to do next. So the next step is we're going to create a new file. It's going to be a snippet, and it's going to be called the sticky ATC, so for add to cart, custom.liquid. And so let's just say done. And we're just going to copy and paste our entire file into here and save. So all this code is available for free on our website at theprompted.co. Just check out the link in the description. So now that we've added this snippet, we can move on to the next file. So we're going to go to the main product.liquid file. And then in here, we're going to be making a couple of small changes. So first we can find picker. And then so you're looking for this when variant picker option here. And we're just going to come below it, and we're going to copy and paste this line right here. So we're going to assign a variable called variant picker block. So what we're doing is we're saving the block information from the variant picker, and we're going to pass it to our sticky add to cart. So that's how we can link the variant picker on our sticky add to cart with the one in the variant picker on the product page. So now we're going to scroll down a little further until we get near the bottom of the product info, right before the schema here. Let's come right above the script, and we can paste our rendering of the sticky add to cart custom. So we'll just copy and paste that line in there. We'll save. And one last step, we're going to go to the product info.js file. So this file is going to control what happens when a variant changes or any sort of dynamic behavior. So this is the file for that. So we are going to look for the handle update product info. method, and we're just going to come right beneath it. So I'm just highlighting this curly bracket here, seeing where it ends, and then we're just going to create a little bit of space above it, and we're going to copy and paste a new method right into here. So this is called the update sticky add to cart, and we're going to then add this into our handle update product info method. We'll come right above this publish line right here, paste that in there. And we can format this afterwards, but for now I'll just leave this in here so it's a little bit more obvious to know what we changed. But what we've just done here is to make sure that the sticky add to cart information changes when there's a variant change. So now that we've done all this code, we can actually look at our store. So we can preview our store, and let's go to a product. So let's go to this one here. And if we scroll down, nothing's going to happen just yet because we have to come in here and actually enable our sticky add to cart. So let's do that first. Let's save that. Let's actually go to our products here. And we can actually even start adjusting some of these settings. So you can see here, a sticky add to cart shows up, but maybe we want to change, actually even the way these, you can see here that the menu sort of shows up when we scroll up, covering the sticky add to cart. So maybe in this scenario, we want to adjust the offset, right? Maybe something like that. Actually, what we could do is we can put it at the bottom, and then we can avoid this scenario altogether. So now it'll, once we scroll past the add to cart button, it'll show up at the bottom. So let's do that. And we can refresh. And now, oh, let's hide this bar here. There we go. Now we have our sticky add to cart showing up at the bottom. And if we go into the mobile view, we also have it showing up. Oh, right now it's at the top. So let's put that at the bottom. Save, refresh. Okay. And let's hide the bar here. There we go. Now we've got our sticky add to cart at the bottom. Okay, so now all that's left is to make it your own, right? So you've got all these different settings here. You can change where the sticky add to cart is going to show up. It's the top or bottom. You can change if it slides into view or if it's just always in view. You can change the colors. You can change the fonts. Lots of different options here. Okay, so that's the sticky add to cart. Sometimes these little changes can make a big impact on conversions, so do give it a try. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please subscribe. And if you want to hire us for personalized help or want a free personalized action plan, just head over to theprompter.co and you'll get more details there. All right, I'll see you in the next one.